Treatment of cockroaches in a kitchen. The first step in any cockroach control program is a thorough inspection of the kitchen and the environment in which the pest activity exists. Since cockroaches may be hiding in a great many places, a thorough inspection is essential to locate as many of these areas as possible. In performing the inspection, consider the unique habits and preferred harborage sites of the cockroach species involved. For example, Oriental cockroaches infest drier and cooler environments, while German cockroaches favor areas of high humidity. Essential tools for conducting a cockroach inspection are a bright flashlight, an inspection mirror for inspecting underneath, above, and behind construction elements, a set of screwdrivers, flattened star, pliers, a probing tool to probe under counters and other potential hiding places, a notebook and pen, a ladder, as well as the required protective clothing for the work to be carried out. The use of a flushing agent, which is an insecticide containing natural pyrethrin, is useful to reveal hidden pockets of cockroaches. Pyrethrin is highly irritating to cockroaches, and a short burst of the spray forces them out into the open. Cockroach inspections must be performed in an organized, systematic manner. Inspect the entire kitchen, inspecting sinks, ovens, dishwashers, dining area, cabinets, tables, and any wall-mounted fixtures or equipment. And do not forget to inspect the storage area, etc. The purpose of the inspections is not just to detect the pests. It is also essential to look out for and note hygiene deficiencies, potential food and water sources, pest-proofing defects, and possible harborage areas. Potential hazards also need to be identified at this stage. For example, contamination of food and equipment, and possible contamination of the environment from drains. Drains in particular and fat traps in kitchens are often prime harborage areas for cockroaches. During the inspection, the signs to look for are empty egg cases, shed nymphal skins, fecal spotting, streak marks, and a strong sour smell characteristic of heavy infestations. The use of sticky traps is particularly useful in helping to establish the presence and extent of a cockroach infestation. Cockroach control. Cockroaches are best controlled using a combination of techniques, namely sanitation, exclusion, and chemical control via insecticides. Sanitation. Since cockroaches flourish where food, moisture, and shelter are readily available, sanitation is an important step in preventing problems. Some of the basic sanitation practices that require attention are crumbs, spills, grease, and food particles that should be cleaned. Unwashed dishes, kitchen utensils, and pet food should not be left out overnight. Loose food should be stored in tight-fitting containers, and garbage and cardboard boxes as well as paper bags should not be allowed to accumulate. Items in food storage areas should be placed in pest-proof containers and stored off the floor on stainless steel racks. Water leaks should be repaired and floor drains routinely sanitized. Exclusion. Another element of cockroach management is exclusion, also known as pest proofing. This involves the use of sealants such as caulk, foam, copper mesh, or cement. Sealing cracks, crevices, and other openings likely to harbor cockroaches eliminates the need to repeatedly treat these areas with insecticides. It is also a good idea to caulk or plug any openings where plumbing pipes or wires pass through walls or floors. Chemical control. Good sanitation and exclusion are very important, but insecticides are usually required to eliminate an existing cockroach problem. Because cockroaches are typically found in areas where food is prepared or stored, special care must be taken not to contaminate food, dishes, cooking utensils, or food preparation surfaces with insecticides. Before treatment, these items should be removed, placed in plastic bags, or covered with plastic sheeting. We recommend using 3 products in your cockroach control program: a concentrated insecticide for a quick knockdown of active cockroaches, a residual insecticide spray for longer lasting effect, and bait to help draw out and eliminate those cockroaches that like to stay hidden. It is essential that all insecticide labels be read in their entirety before treatment. Some products can only be used in non-food areas, such as garbage rooms and mop closets, where foods are never processed, prepared, served, or stored. Other insecticides can only be applied into cracks and crevices to limit potential contact with food or food preparation surfaces. Residual insecticides may be formulated and applied as liquid or aerosol sprays, dusts, granules or baits. Liquids and aerosols are typically used for injection into cracks and crevices, whereas dust formulations are used primarily for treating wall voids and hollow spaces beneath cabinets and appliances. Cockroach baits contain a slow-acting insecticide incorporated into a food attractant. Roaches locate and feed on the bait and crawl away to die. Bait carried back to the nesting area also kills other roaches after being exposed in the sputum and feces. Some baits come pre-packaged with the insecticide and food attractant confined within a plastic, child-resistant container. Others are formulated as pastes, dusts, granules or gels. Since baits must be ingested to be effective, they must be placed within close proximity of where cockroaches are likely to be living. Never spray insecticides directly onto baits, and make sure baits are not contaminated by factors such as cigarette odors, etc. Furthermore, it is recommended that baits are rotated every few months to avoid bait aversion and bait resistance. Avoid using gel baits on very hot surfaces and wipe up any excess baits or drips. Gel baits and bait stations should be placed in the following locations for greatest efficacy: behind kitchen cabinets and countertops, behind wall hangings such as pictures, clocks or posters, behind, next to and under stoves and ovens, in the corners under sinks and cabinets, in stored paper bags and boxes, around pipes, cords and cables where they pass through the walls or floors, behind and under bathroom fixtures, in any cracks or crevices around shelves, in corners, under railings and on drawers. Bait should be reapplied every 4 weeks or when placements appear to be gone. Continue to place bait until all cockroaches are eliminated. Treatment of electrical panels and boxes must be done with extreme care and according to the label. Before application of a non-residual insecticide by fogging or spray spray, exposed foods must be removed or covered. Glassware, serving and cooking containers and utensils must be removed from the treatment area and covered with plastic. After application, all food handling surfaces should be thoroughly cleaned before use according to label directions. Remember that successful treatments depend on accurate identification of the pests, the correct control program put in place, customer participation, and correct application of the pesticide. Thank you for watching.